this.
There's one thing in closing that we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
Governor Gavin Newsom from California taking jabs at Florida Governor Ron DeSantis during a fiery debate last night hosted by Fox News' Sean Hannity. The two governors duked it out over taxes, abortion, immigration, COVID. DeSantis came out swinging in his first response, slamming Newsom for visiting a fancy restaurant during his state's COVID lockdowns.
He's the first governor to ever lose population. They actually, at one point, ran out of U-Hauls in the state of California because so many people were leaving. Of course, he's imposed restrictions on his own people while exempting himself from those restrictions and going to the French Laundry while his people were suffering.
It just happens that the restaurant is also named the French Laundry. Like, it couldn't have a worse name, right, for, like, where he was. It's not just, like, called, like, you know, Zach's, you know, it's French Laundry, right? All right, anyway, Newsom firing back, criticizing DeSantis over his flights of migrants to Martha's Vineyard.
You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games to try to get some news and attention so you can out-Trump Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
The rare one-on-one battle coming just a month before the Iowa caucus.
Is Joe Biden paying you tonight?
3.9%.
I thought this was state versus state.
No, but it's about the United States of America. I thought this guy was running for president of the United States. If
you are
running
too.
For
You just won't admit it.
running for a third term?
You just won't admit it. You will not admit it. Why don't you just admit that you're running?
So here's the question. Did DeSantis help his struggling campaign? Did Newsom help Joe Biden by speaking directly to a Fox audience? Or did this not make much of a difference? Scottie?
This was a win for both. And let me say this, Newsom, I don't think people are focusing on what he said. Neither one of us are going to be the candidate in 2024. He did not rule out 2028. I think this was the beginning of it.
Of course
this would have been great. This would have been great.
Well, that's news? That Newsom wants to run in 2028?
This should have been a great debate that I wish that was happening in 2028. And it was a win for him because he was able to expose
for who?
For both of them, but definitely for Newsom because he did go over on Fox News, someplace that most Democrats have avoided like the plague, but realized that how valuable they are.
Tony?
No, I think Gavin Newsom played it really, really well because obviously he's not running in 2024. We know this. And we're not breaking any news by saying, yes, he set himself up to be that guy, and he reached out to an audience that is not his base. And that audience, even if they hate the idea of him being on Fox News, if he's speaking truth, then it's going to resonate.
And it's about this is about the independents, right? This is a question of were there right-leaning independents? Because, you know, like the hardcore right are going to look at Newsom and say everything he's saying he's lying, this and this. But it's the right-leaning independents. Did he make any progress?
I think Gavin Newsom is missing his moment because he should be running right now in 2024. 2028, it's going to be 4 more years. It's going to be a different set of issues, different set of people. Right now, the Democrats actually saw Gavin Newsom on stage last night and said, wow, like, why can't we have that now? I mean, this is someone who did vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden in 2024 is not what he was in 2020, and Gavin Newsom may not be in 2028 what he is right now in 2024. Gavin, run right now.
But here's the deal.
For all of our sakes.
But I understand where you're coming from. But here's something that's different we've never faced before. Going into both conventions, it might not matter what the primaries vote for, who the leader is. You're facing, but whether you're talking about Biden's necessarily his health, or you're talking about Trump in jail, both could elect from the floor. So to a certain extent, Gavin is running, even if he's not officially running, in case a situation comes up. He wants to be that first person they call.
Right. Yeah, whichever major party can break away from their quote-unquote incumbent, in my opinion, is going to win.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Either one of them can get rid of Trump or Biden. They win.
But they can't. You cannot do that with the establishment parties on both sides of the aisle right now.
Well, the fun thing is Dean Phillips is at 15% and rising in New Hampshire, and I think the New Hampshire voters.
I think Andrew Yang and I seem to be the only two people in America who are taking Dean Phillips seriously. I think that Democrats are going to realize.
You too.
Yes.
Just you two.
Yes, I'm not looping you in. Don't worry. I know you don't agree.
Guys, he was the CEO of Talenti Gelato, which we all know is delightful. The jar.
This commercial brought to you by
4 years old.
If he's running for dessert,
Dessert King.
Dessert czar, yeah, okay, he's got my vote.
Everyone is going to stick around.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.